precisely 6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by Lal Malavarachi and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. President Ranil Wickremesinghe will make a special statement to the Parliament today. Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena stresses that the government's economic program has no alternative. Government pays 200 billion rupees owing to construction contractors. The agriculture industry is reaping the benefits of new technology introduction. The World Food Programme donates 55,000 metric tons of MOP fertilizer to the island. South Korea relaxes travel alert on Sri Lanka. Foreign news. France's parties pull candidates and trade votes in bid to stop National Rally election victory. Sports. Cricket. Kandy Falcons down Dambulla sixes at LPL opener. Local news in detail now. President Ranil Wickremesinghe will make a special statement to the Parliament today on the implementation of the debt restructuring agreements. Accordingly, the debate and vote on the agreements have been postponed. Earlier, Speaker Mahinda Abeyewardene informed all the members of the Parliament in writing to attend a special parliamentary meeting at 9:30 a.m. The meeting has been called as per a request made by the Prime Minister. Meanwhile, the remains of former opposition leader of the Ilangai Thamilarasu Katchi party and Member of Parliament R. Sambandhan will be kept lying in state in the Assembly Hall of the Parliament from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow. Secretary-General of the Parliament, Koshani Rohanadira, said the Committee on Parliamentary Business has decided to bring the remains of R. Sambandhan to Parliament tomorrow. Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena says that building the country disregarding the economic program introduced by President Ranil Wickremesinghe could be a dream. Addressing a media briefing held in Colombo yesterday, he said, therefore, the government's economic program should be continued with the support of all segments of the society. The country cannot afford another economic downturn at this juncture. The only alternative to build up the economy is to continue with the IMF agreements. He also announced a 5% reduction in bus fares effective from tonight as part of the 2024 annual bus fare revision. Starting from today, commuters can expect a decrease in bus fares by 5.07%, amounting to a reduction of 2 rupees in the fare. The bus fares have been reduced under the annual fare revision and as agreed during a meeting between Transport Ministry officials and private bus operators. Minister Prasanna Ranatunga says that the government has succeeded in settling an outstanding amount of 200 billion rupees, which could not be paid to construction contractors due to the COVID epidemic and the economic crisis that prevailed in the country. He emphasized that steps have now been taken to pay the bills of several contractors which could not be paid due to various technical reasons. The construction industry sector contributes 8% to 9% of the country's gross national product. About 20% of the country's population is involved in the construction industry. As per the instructions of the President, 5 committees were set up to look into the necessary activities to uplift the construction industry, which collapsed due to the COVID pandemic and economic crisis. The committees consisted of government officials, construction industry experts and contractors. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news. Continue with more stories here at home. The Secretary to the Ministry of Agriculture and Plantation, Janaka Dharmakirti, announced that necessary measures are in place to achieve President Ranil Wickremesinghe's goal of doubling the rice harvest within the next 6 harvest seasons. He highlighted the introduction of a technical package aimed at this objective and emphasized that the Ministry of Agriculture is effectively handling the increasing demand for food, surpassing traditional agricultural practices. The Agriculture and Plantation Ministry Secretary shared these updates during a press briefing titled 2 Years of Progress and Advancement held at the Presidential Media Centre yesterday. He also noted that the agriculture industry is already reaping the benefits of new technology implementations. He further elaborated that in order to support agricultural modernization and address food needs beyond traditional cultivation, 2,500 million rupees has been allocated in the budget. Interest-free loans are being provided for various agricultural activities in 26 divisional secretariat divisions, and the Youth Agricultural Entrepreneurship Project is being implemented. This initiative has increased the youth entrepreneurship opportunities in agriculture, plantation industries, and animal and fishery industries. The introduction of new technology has successfully attracted young people to these sectors. Minister Mahinda Amaraveera announced that a national week for the implementation of the Youth Agri-Entrepreneurship Village program is being held until the 7th of this month. He also stated that under the guidance of United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, the World Food Programme has made arrangements to provide 55,000 metric tons of MOP fertilizer to the farmers of Sri Lanka free of charge. This stock of fertilizer is to be given for paddy cultivation in the next 2 growing seasons. The government will receive this stock of fertilizer from the United Nations Food and Agriculture Programme. That's local news for the moment.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
Issuing a media release, the South Korean Foreign Affairs Ministry stated that the ministry has decided to readjust Sri Lanka's travel alert from level 2 to level 1 effective from yesterday. The revised alert, which reflects an improved security and health situation, is expected to attract more Korean visitors to Sri Lanka.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
And on what's light, injuries continue to exact a devastating toll on Sri Lankans, with at least 32 individuals succumbing to injuries every day, according to the latest data released by health authorities. This revelation is the profound impact of injuries as a leading cause of deaths in the country, claiming approximately 12,000 lives annually. The statistics disclosed in line with the National Injury Prevention Week up to 7 highlight emphasized that injuries constitute a significant public health challenge, particularly affecting individuals in the economically active group of 15 to 44 years. Further, over 1 million Sri Lankans require hospitalization annually due to injuries.
Coming up, World News.
World News headlines: France's parties pull candidates and trade votes in bid to stop national rally election victory. Hurricane makes landfall as Caribbean braces for days ahead. At least 9 killed in Seoul as car plows into a crowd. World News in detail. France's far-right national rally made big gains in the first round of the parliamentary election, winning 33.4% of the vote. Political leaders across the spectrum are now calling for tactical voting ahead of the second round to block RN from winning an outright majority. The left-wing coalition New Popular Front came second with 27.9%, while Macron's centrist alliance trailed in third with 20.7% of the vote. Hurricane Beryl has made landfall in Carriacou Island in Grenada, according to the U.S. National Hurricane Center. The hurricane, which has regained strength in the past hours, has sparked warnings of life-threatening winds and dangerous storm surges. A hurricane warning is also in effect in Barbados, St. Vincent, and Grenadines and Tobago. Earlier, airports and businesses shut down, and residents across the Caribbean were urged to seek shelter as the potentially devastating storm hit the region. Finally, on World News, a car has plowed into a crowd of people, killing at least 9 in the South Korean capital Seoul, police say. The traffic accident took place at around 21:30 local time, they added. As reported by Yonhap news agency, a man believed to be in his 60s drove the vehicle into pedestrians waiting at a traffic stop. At least 4 more people have been taken to hospital. That's World News. Moving on to development news. Sri Lanka's second rubber research institute was opened recently at Monaragala, Kumbukkala. This rubber research institute was opened under the patronage of Minister Mahinda Amaraveera, and the amount spent by the government was 11 million rupees. At present, 16,000 hectares of rubber have been cultivated in Monaragala district. The Sri Lanka Rubber Development Department has planned to expand this amount to 50,000 hectares in Monaragala district. At present, about 1,000 small-scale farmers are engaged in Monaragala rubber cultivation, and is planned to double that amount. That's development news.
Moving on with sports news.
Dasun Shanaka and Angela Matthews used their maximum effort during newly introduced Super Blast 2 overs by adding 44 runs, as Candy Falcons recorded 6 wickets win with 16 balls to spare against tumbled sixes in the opening game of the Lanka Premier League cricket tournament played at Pallekele International Cricket Stadium yesterday. Candy Falcons, chasing a target of 180, opener Dinesh Chandima made good start, scoring 40 ball 65 with 6 fours and 3 sixes, while two experienced all-rounders Dasun Shanaka and Angela Matthews made an unbeaten 72 runs, 5th wicket stand, which guided them to their win in 17.2 overs.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Sri Lanka Export Development Board, in collaboration with the engineering faculty of the University of Moratuwa, launched a new program to integrate the construction-related and power and energy industry with the university research projects to address challenging research questions with real-world applications. This program is planned for 2 years, commencing from 2024 till end of 2025 with the participation of selected companies.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
And now in economic news.
People's Bank marks its 63rd anniversary yesterday. Renowned for democratizing the banking sector, People's Bank has steered the industry away from its highly competitive commercial routes to become a cornerstone of public access to financial services. With consolidated assets exceeding 3 trillion rupees, People's Bank stands as a national leader, playing a pivotal role in driving Sri Lanka's socio-economic development. The bank's customer-centric approach has enabled it to offer a wide range of financial solutions through cutting-edge digital services.
Weather report.
Several spells of showers will occur in the western, Sabarkama and northwestern provinces and in the Kandy, Nuwara, Galle and Madura districts. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in the Uva and eastern provinces in the evening or night. Strong winds of about 40 to 50 km per hour can be expected at times over the western slopes of the Central Hills, northern, north-central and northwestern provinces and in the Trincomalee, Hambantota and Monaragala districts. And that's on the weather update. Before we wind up the bulletin of news, back to the headlines. President Ranil Wickremesinghe will make a special statement to the Parliament today. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena stresses that the government's economic program has no alternative. Government pays 200 billion rupees owing to construction contractors. The agriculture industry is reaping the benefits of new technology introduction. The World Food Programme donates 55,000 metric tons of MOP fertilizer to the island. South Korea relaxes travel alert on Sri Lanka. Foreign news, France's parties pull candidates and trade votes in bid to stop National Rally election victory. Sports, cricket. Candy Falcons down Dumbledore Sixers at LPL opener. With that, we conclude the morning bulletin of news.